Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Okay, we are back. Oh, I got a great guest coming up here. If I told you I had an angel communicator, if I told you I had an energy worker and healer, would you believe me? Well, Sallyann is going to be with us in a couple minutes. Heaven's Light Wellness by Sallyann. I remember Sallyann, a long time ago, gave me these awesome angel cards, and that was really thoughtful. So that right away is who we're going to get to talk to. Really cool stuff. And, what Sallyann does is just so interesting because she uses a bunch of different modalities and has so many different ways to teach us about energy and about the angels and feeling good and feeling protected and having a positive way to think of things, So Heaven's Light Wellness is something else, I'll tell you that much. And I was talking to Sallyann, and she really wants to hear from you guys. And we are live right now, so you can always call in at 631-205-6568, or you can use that instant feedback, which is on the chat. I see you guys in there. And just write your question. I will read it to Sallyann, and you'll get your question answered by an expert, and you can be part of the show in that way. Like I said, just give me your name, where you're from, and if you're bashful, you can always say anonymous, okay? All right. So, guys, no further ado. It is my honor and privilege to welcome back to the program the angel communicator, the energy worker and healer, Heaven's Light Wellness by Sallyann. Sallyann.
Hey, how are you, Casey?
Oh, terrific. So nice to hear from you, and I'm glad you're back. Teaching us about being an international clairvoyant. It's so cool.
Oh, thank you. It's such an honor. It's a great honor to be here and, reaches the goal to reach as many people and heal as many people as possible. So that's the goal.
That's the goal, and that's what that's what you're looking for. You just want to help people out, and that's a pretty awesome thing. Now, before I get started, you got some great topics to discuss today, but before I get there, can you kind of tell the audience how you got to get to where you are, how to figure out that you had this gift that you could learn and research and manifest and get in a position where you're helping so many people each day?
Yeah, I'd be honored. Thanks, Casey. Yeah, so actually it happened a long time ago. I'm much older than I sound, and I was in my 20s. I was in college, and actually knew I was happy there, and I belonged there, and had this moment when I actually felt sadness and despondency, and I knew it didn't belong to me, but I didn't understand where it did belong to until I saw a gentleman way across the room standing in a very strange position, and I was like, oh my gosh, this poor guy. And I felt everything he felt. So, 30-something years ago, this was not part of the vernacular. Now we call them empaths. Okay. And that is exactly how I started. I am an empath, and that's probably my strongest gift. But that has evolved over the years. I really went into kind of like some training and understanding what this was, and was able to talk to my guardian angels. I see them every day. They hang out with me all the time. Mm-hmm. And guide me through life. I joke, my husband will be like, why did you just turn right? And I'm like, well, they told me to turn right, so I'm turning right. So, like when your angels tell you to do something, you just kind of have the faith to do it. And so, about 8 years ago, I retired from the corporate world and to do this 100% of the time. Because it was just time. Like, the world needs more people that can empower us to find our strengths, to know that we're good, to, bring some love and light and angel love to the world. And so far, I've been very blessed. I have clients all over the world: Australia, London, Taiwan, Canada, Mexico, the United States, and hope to be able to continue to do that with, love and light and lots of blessings and a lot of help from upstairs. Those angels are working overtime. So, so I'm here to help you.
No doubt. And what's cool, too, is that you are really in demand to be a guest speaker. Like I'm talking about for like women's clubs, like large events, telling, stories about your journey and about intuition. Am I accurate?
Yeah. I love to work with all types of people. I do have a lot of male clients as well. And, it's really fascinating. I think I have said, this amazing journey of our humanness and calling people fascinating and humans fascinating, probably more than I've ever used any other word in the English language, especially over the last year or two. I've met a lot of people, and it's just really interesting how we all try to cope, to walk through this, I call it our humanness, with our spirituality. So I've been with church groups and religious organizations and non-denominational organizations and spiritual organizations and business organizations because, touching base with who you are, what you want to do can help you in every aspect of your life, can help you with work, can help you with family, can help you with love, can help you if you run Fortune 500 companies or developing systems. So it's amazing work. Really amazing work.
Awesome. And can you explain to me and to the audience the definition, in case people don't know, of what an intuitive life coach does and is?
Yes. So really, I get permission from you to talk to your guardian angel. And I help you make life decisions or understand why you're making certain decisions or why things have happened to you. Now, God, Spirit, our Creator, the universe, whatever word you're comfortable with, we have free will. So while they may give you some direction to go in or tell you to do something, if you choose not to do it, that's okay, because that's what makes our life individual, is that we get to decide. So I kind of become the needle of direction where you should go. And trust me, sometimes your guardian angels are so blunt, they tell you straight out. But it's the journey. It's the journey to get there. So it's your choice to make the steps to get there. And sometimes it's just the encouragement that you need. I think a lot of people basically say, I kind of felt like I needed to do that. And then they do, and they find, guidance.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And I don't know if this is for beginners or if this is for everybody, but the people that are just feeling stuck, like they're feeling stuck in life, there's something more out there, and all of a sudden they start seeing 1111. They see 444. They see 555, 333, and it's everywhere they look. It's on the license plates. It's on the microwave clock. Is that someone trying to shake you, an angel trying to shake you, say, hey, I'm here?
Absolutely. I love numbers. Obsessed with the number 11. And I'm in the Southwest, and this show actually started at 11 o'clock, so it made me smile. I also see feathers. Like, feathers is my thing. When I first retired from the corporate world and decided to do this, I was anxious. It wasn't as structured as my corporate life was. And so I was like, okay, am I doing the right thing? It's a huge responsibility to help people with their life or to talk to their angels. So I wanted to make sure I was doing it right, and so blessed. See so many feathers all the time. So, yes, they are trying to tell you to pay attention or to know that you're protected, or ask for a sign. Like, do it. Ask your angel. Say, I really want to see whatever it is. Blue butterflies. I have a client that asked to see blue butterflies. They really don't exist in in the natural form in the Southwest, and she sees blue butterflies all the time. It's hysterical. So ask for what you need.
So,
because they're here to help you.
So when you see, do you do that only when you see the numbers in succession, or you do it at any time?
Oh, no, you can ask anytime. Set the intention. Tell the universe what you want. So, Casey, you're really into, I don't know, I can't say yellow cabs because you're in New York City, but, you know, if there's something that really resonates with you. I have a friend whose husband passed away, and so he really liked red cardinals. So she wants to see red cardinals. Well, in certain times of the year, red cardinals are just not in this area. But she sees a red cardinal every single day. There's a red cardinal in her backyard. Even when it's 120 degrees, which, you know, that's not when they should be here. But we know that it's her husband. So it's just comforting, you know, lets you know.
You know, it's tell me if this is selfish or if this is not how it's done. But you know what would be crazy to me? It would be crazy to me if for any reason that either in a paycheck somewhere or in a deal I made with somebody or in you know, a bill that it happens to be $1,111. Do you think that could ever happen?
Oh yeah, all the time.
That would be sick.
It totally happen.
That would be amazing.
Actually, that's how I even do my pricing structure. So Reiki is $111.
Are you serious?
So yeah.
Wow. So how do you manifest that? Do you have to speak it to the universe, to the angels, ask them?
Yeah, you know, just ask them for what you want to see. You know, manifesting yourself to make sure you believe that you deserve it. That's, you know, people say, "Oh, I wish I had $1 million." Okay, do you really think you deserve $1 million? And most people say, "No, I'll never get that." Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, if you say you never get that, then you won't, right? So manifesting is also realizing that I deserve that. I'm valuable, and I'm not just talking about money.
Right? Yeah, right.
The life you want to lead or the space you want to hold. So, like, really think about it and say, this is what I want. This is what I need. I have a funny manifestation story. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so it's when I was in the corporate world, and I was working with a movie studio, and we were trying to do something on site. And I remember I said to my assistant, okay, I need a hot air balloon. I need a hot air balloon for this movie. And, you know, we kind of laughed because, like, where are we going to get a hot air balloon? So literally the next morning, I think it was like the Eagle Scouts or something, walked in. They had a hot air balloon, and they wanted to do tethered rides. And I remember half hearing it from my office. And my assistant came in. She's like, you're not going to believe this. You need to see these people. And I was like, well, that was fast. Like, that was a really fast manifestation. And, you know, we were able to do that. So,
wow.
You know, manifestation happens for you. It happens for others.
So cool.
It's just part of that. Yeah. It's really amazing.
It really is. That's so neat. Wow. So now let me ask you about if I could get you to tell us, because these are things that you work on and things that you do. Tell me about this really cool thing about energy clearing and blessings. Can you talk to me about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, energy is everywhere. Stacey, I don't know if, like, you have a space in your home or maybe there's a studio that you don't particularly like at work. I always say, like, we always have, like, a dump space in our home. Either it's a room or a corner, we just kind of dump and run. And that's typically, like, there's stuck energy there that doesn't feel good.
Right.
You know, sometimes you walk into a house and you're like, oh, my God, I love this house. Or, ugh, I can't wait to get out of here.
Yeah.
That's all about, like, that energy that's sitting around in that space. And it's not always bad energy, but it's not your energy. It doesn't resonate with you. So I actually can do it virtually or in person, and I will go in and literally clear space. So I've cleared schools, a lot of schools, like in New York City. I've cleared them in Arizona. I've cleared a lot of schools, a lot of corporations. So, like when there's a big, layoffs, or if someone gets ousted out, there's all that energy still stuck there that people can feel. They don't know what it is, but they just know it feels bad. So I can actually go in and I can, because there's no time and space, like when you're with your angels, I actually walk through your space. So I can tell you, over here's a door, over here's a window, this is where this big blue couch is.
Wow.
It's really, it's fascinating. It sounds
is.
crazy, but it's really fascinating. And I can go in and see, because of my clairvoyance, I see spirit, I feel spirit, I hear spirit, and so I can see what doesn't belong there, or what makes you uncomfortable. In the Southwest, a lot of times I'll see Native Americans that are there to protect the land. But they happen to be in somebody's closet. Like,
wow.
Can you protect the land outside? Like, I don't really want him to go, but
right.
he's uncomfortable in the closet. So, or if there's real darkness, really stuck energy that
what do you mean by
letting
that? Can you tell me more?
Yeah, so we have chakras. There's 7 main chakras. I see a lot more in the humanness, but there's 7 main chakras, which are energy centers within our bodies that help us feel good, and both emotionally and physically, or feel bad when they're stuck.
Okay.
And so that energy also can sit like bad energy or stuck energy. So to me, it looks like dark, brown, like churning. Sometimes it looks black. Sometimes it's slithery. But I know it's not like love, right? Because love to me is golden and white, and I manifest God's loving white light a lot to protect me and the people I work with. So it doesn't look like you would imagine God's loving white light to look. And so I can actually remove that, or I put it in a box, and then I don't laugh at me, but I put it in my bucket of love.
Okay.
So I walk around with a bucket of love with me. It's a big, it's a metal bucket. My kids are theater kids. I'm directors of community theater. So, Annie.
Yeah.
It's a hard knock.
Yeah.
So they always have this beat-up bucket that the cast uses. So I have one of those, like not literally hanging from my pocket, but that's what it looks like. And inside, it's filled with lava, because nothing escapes lava. Now, my lava happens to be golden. It's yellow and golden. So when I take anything that's dark or negative, or this condensed energy, I can put it in my bucket of love that's filled with golden lava, and it turns to love instead of negative energy. Because if I were just to remove it from a space and throw it in a bucket or throw it on the sidewalk, then I'm just perpetuating negativity, and I don't want that. I want to perpetuate love. So everything dark or negative, it doesn't serve someone's life, goes into my bucket of love and turns into love.
Got it. Okay. All right. And do you use any tools like I've heard like sage, or do angels help with this, or what?
Yes, so definitely angels. I have a big protector that is always with me. I call him George.
George?
Yes, George is my guy. He's huge, he's dark, he's got big wings, he's ancient. I probably don't even know how to say his real name, so he lets me call him George.
All right. Well, that's what he says. He accepts you as his name is George. Then I'm not going to argue with George. I certainly am not.
Right? So, and then Archangel Michael comes to me, so he comes and protects space that I'm in, and then of course, my other angels, and so there's usually a party happening.
I love it. And any work with the angels? Do they have any correlation with crystals that you may keep, or if you do you?
I do have some crystals. I think it's really personal. What I will tell everyone is, when you find a crystal, or when you go to select one, hold it in your hand and make sure it kind of like resonates. It has the same vibration as you, or amplifies your vibration. And so it will feel warm in your hand. And when that stone, whatever polished stone you choose to pick, feels warm, there's a connection for you. So it's meant for you to have it. So just make sure it's natural.
It has to be polished?
No, it doesn't have to be polished. So, but there are a lot of polished stones out in the world.
Uh-huh.
So I have a quartz, a chunk of quartz I've been holding for probably 20 years. It's probably a little more polished than when I started with it.
Cool.
But yeah, I hold that quartz all the time. So it's whatever feels good to you, whatever you feel attracted to. Like, listen to your gut.
Yeah.
That's another way that your angels are talking to you. Like, listen to that.
Isn't that cool that for 20 years it hasn't left you, or you haven't left it, and you've been able to keep it for 20 years?
It's actually closer to 40, but I don't want to say how old I am. But yeah.
That's so cool.
It started when I was 20. So yeah, once you're open to it, and I'm sure you're much more open with your interviews than you were, say, probably 10 years ago.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah,
right?
100%.
So you just become open to it. It becomes more of like your everyday life instead of like this mystery, because you're open to it. You've opened the door to whatever, your spiritual side, your whatever you want to call it, your well-being, your newness. So once you're open to it, it kind of sticks around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you know what? One thing I'm glad I remembered is when we're looking, because I know everyone listening is going to be looking for signs, and they're going to be asking the angels for a sign. Is there? I had heard one time that angels don't have really any sense of time, so you have to include that. Is there any truth to that?
Well, I will say that, yes, there is no time and space. So that's how I'm able to do long-distance healing or walk through your house when you're in New York and I'm in, California. So there is no time or space. So I think it's more about, like, situational, or when you're open to it, right? Like, if you really are having a hard time and you really need a message, you're going to get a sign, right? It could be a blue butterfly on the television.
A feather or something?
Yeah, exactly.
So if I ask for a sign, and I would ask to see a feather, do I have to say I would like to ask to see a feather in the next 24 hours? Is that necessary, or should I just say I would really appreciate it if I saw a feather?
Yeah, I would say I'd really appreciate a feather. Like, if I see a feather, like, maybe your words might be, when you show me a sign, a feather or something, then I know that you're with me. Then I know that's when I need it the most.
Okay.
Right? So you can use words like that, so this way you're giving them the opportunity to continue to show it. Because if you say, I only want to see a feather in the next 24 hours, well, yeah, you'll see that, but don't you want to see it every time you need a boost, or every time that, so give them the opportunity to give that to you.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the worst thing I could think of was to tell an angel what to do. My goodness. That's not what I'm about.
They're going to do what they want anyway, don't worry.
Yeah, right. Wow, what an interesting conversation. And Sallyann, we didn't even get to our topics today, but we will get there. But let me give you the last word here. Anything you want us to think about? As my grandmother used to say to me when I was a kid, and she wanted to hear from me, she said, Casey, you have the floor, meaning she was going to pay attention only to me, and she wanted to know what was in my head. So I'm saying, Sallyann, you have the floor, and then let us know how to get a hold of you, please.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So what I really want to make sure everybody knows is that you actually have permission to live the life you want. You have permission to live your best life. So make it happen for yourself. And there's lots of little ways to make it happen. So it's step by step. You don't eat an elephant one bite. It's bite by bite. So know that you're loved and that you can do this. I think that's the most important thing. So
Beautiful.
Listen to your gut, listen to your angels.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And one more time, how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, heavenslightwellness.com. We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram. Follow us. We do angel card pulls. There's lots of tools on the website to find opportunities and tools for you to use, so this way you can feel more connected.
All right. Glad to have your show back on the air here, and nice to talk to you again, guys. That's Sallyann. Thank you for everyone who wrote in. I will save the questions because we didn't get to them today, so just hang tight. And guys, for my guest Sallyann, we'll be right back.
Is anxiety, lack of sleep, concern for family members, your future, or your past affecting your present life? Are you looking to make a spiritual connection? I'm Sallyann from Heaven's Light Wellness, and my life goal is to help you and others gain peace of mind and to know that you are not alone. I'm gifted with the ability to talk to your guardian angels and can receive powerful messages for your life. Contact me for an appointment at 602-799-5279 or visit heavenslightwellness.com. Have a blessed day.